A baby was coming who would be born in the most unlikely, humanly speaking, impossible circumstances. Now, maybe the part of the Christmas story when a virgin gets pregnant is the part where you check out and file it as a myth. But I think that's the part where you should sit up and listen, because that event was foretold over 700 years before. God had been preparing for the first Christmas centuries before Mary first laid her newborn baby in a feeding trough. This isn't a Santa Claus myth, but real history. More on this in chapter 3. The most unlikely birth in human history was a sign from God that he is real and that he really gets involved because he really cares. The people to whom Isaiah made this prophecy, the people of Israel, were desperate to hear something, anything from God. They were, said Isaiah, a people walking in darkness. It was a time of national crisis. Economically, they had been devastated. They were facing invasion, and so their very existence as a nation was under threat. There was a darkness of uncertainty about their future, of fear about their safety, of the feeling that they were all alone, of the sense that they were helpless and they were hopeless. There was the darkness of knowing that things had gone wrong and knowing that there was no way to put things back together the way that they were supposed to be. They were searching for something to hold on to, and God said that what they needed was the birth of a baby. What they were searching for was what he would do at the first Christmas. As we come to the end of this year, we too know how it feels for everything we thought was certain to become suddenly uncertain. We know the sensation of the ground shifting and even sinking beneath us. We've experienced the sense that there is no way to put things back together the way that they used to be. We're aware more than ever, and perhaps for the first time, that prosperity, state-of-the-art medical systems, our nation's economy, and even our own lives are more fragile than we'd like them to be. Most of us know something of the darkness and the shadows this Christmas. Maybe this Christmas you're unsure about what the next year holds for you. Your job security is shaky. Your marriage is crumbling. Your health is fading. Maybe this is the first Christmas that you felt alone. Or maybe you felt like that for longer than you can remember. Maybe you don't know where to go or where to turn. Or maybe things are okay, but still you wonder if there's more. And you sense that maybe that more might involve God. We're searching for something to hold on to. And God says to us the same as he said to those people facing darkness all those centuries ago, that perhaps, without knowing it, we're searching for Christmas. Strange as it may sound, God says to us that in times of plenty and times of crisis, what we most need is the birth of a baby. A child will be born for us. A son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9, verse 6. 4 names. There are a lot of rules about choosing names for your children that nobody ever tells you about. For example, if you or your spouse ever dated anyone with a certain name, that name is off limits. If a name reminds your spouse of a girl she didn't like in school, that's also off limits. And then you need to think through how the first and last names work together. I found a list by a pastor and author, Craig Rochelle, of unfortunate name combinations of actual people. Anita Mann. Lois Price. And my favorite, a lady named Helen who married a guy with the last name Back. Helen Back. Apparently, after 10 years of marriage, she said it was mostly true. Names matter. That's why all of the virgin babies' names were chosen by God. He wanted the babies' names to describe why this was the greatest gift he could give, the most valuable present ever given. In this short book, I want to take you through the 4 names or titles that Isaiah announced that this baby, the baby we usually call Jesus, would have. Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. As we look at each, we'll see why the birth of this child is such radically good, life-changing news for us. We'll see Jesus doing things that can give us confidence that this isn't sentimental myth, but historical reality, and that there's much more to the story of Christmas than we may ever have realized. We'll see that the person at the heart of Christmas gives a hope that we can hold on to when we feel helpless or hopeless. We'll see that Jesus is a lot more valuable and useful than a $7 neck warmer or an expensive jacket or anything else.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.